Tomislav Ivkovic is enjoying life in Zagreb. He's head coach at Lokomotiva, an ambitious outfit hoping to upset the status quo in Croatia's top flight. It was all a bit different in his playing days. Ivkovic was a top-quality keeper with clubs across Europe and last line of defence for his nation, Yugoslavia, just as a formidable team was reaching its zenith. In 1990, they qualified for the FIFA World Cup in Italy. But at the very same time, the country was falling apart.
Maybe the very worst of the memories from that time is about something that happened before the World Cup. Something that happened while the team was preparing for the tournament. The former Yugoslavia was already starting to disintegrate. The journalists, the television, the whole atmosphere around the national team, everything had changed, and everything was already completely unstable. I'll never forget the friendly match we played against Holland in Zagreb in the lead up to the competition. We lost the match by 2-0. But what's more memorable is that the whole stadium booed the Yugoslav national anthem before the match. Once that happened, the Dutch beat us easily. When we saw that the atmosphere was so awful, we all sat down together and talked. We already knew that this was the beginning of the end, but we were a really good team. We were all friends. We decided we had to do everything we could to say farewell to our team in the best possible way. We wanted to have a World Cup that would be a pleasure to remember.
It didn't start well though. They met a West German team who were clearly among the tournament favourites and were promptly hammered 4-1. And Ivkovic scarcely covered himself in glory. They now had to pick themselves off the floor to face the highly regarded Colombians.
That was the team with Valderrama, Higuita and lots of other excellent players. But I'll never forget that, on the day of the match, all of us, Croats, Serbs, Muslims, all of us went together to a Catholic church that just happened to be within the perimeter of our training camp. We prayed that we'd successfully complete our mission and win against Colombia. It was a very important match, which would ensure we'd advance to the next round.
And that team solidarity worked. A wonderful goal by Josic separated the teams, and Yugoslavia's campaign was back on track. After a straightforward 4-1 victory over the United Arab Emirates, Yugoslavia moved on to the knockout stage. Their opponents were Spain.
Spain were afraid of us. We had a great deal of confidence because of the way we progressed into the second round. We weren't afraid of anyone. We were aware we had a good team, and if we had a bit of luck, we could go a long way. I remember Stojkovic played so well in that match. He scored 2 excellent goals past Zubizarreta. We won the match and showed not only that we were better than Spain, but also that we really knew how to play. It was a very entertaining match, excellent for the spectators, and the stadium was full. But it was so hot, it was horrible.
Yugoslavia, a nation running out of time, now faced Argentina in the quarter-final. Neither side could break the deadlock. It was penalties. Argentina scored their first 2 and captain Diego Maradona was taking the third. But Ivkovic and Maradona had been in a similar situation in a club match, and the keeper had come out on top.
When it came to the penalty shootout, it was all about psychology. When he started toward the ball, I started talking. I said, "Diego, I know where the ball will go. I'll have it again, and you can't do anything about it." He couldn't look me in the face. I called to him, but he didn't raise his head to look at me. He put the ball down, his eyes on it, and I told him once again that I knew where the ball would go. and I pointed to the side where I saved this penalty the previous time. And then I made a feint. I pretended that I'd go to the same side, but I went the other way. He literally passed the ball to me. At that moment I thought all the luck was on our side and that we'd defeat Argentina.
But Sergio Goycochea, the other custodian, was something of a penalty specialist. Despite Maradona's miss, Argentina still went through.
He was lucky in the end. I saved the penalty, but they scored twice more. I wish I could turn it round. I prefer not to have saved the penalty if it meant we won.
Yugoslavia lasted one more year before the republics went their separate ways. Ivkovic could have played for Croatia, but he was already past 30 and wound down his career in the Portuguese league. These days, he has a lot of promising talent under his care at Lokomotiva. Maybe one of them will go as far as he did.